Shout out to Kopish.
Shout out to Kopish, guys.
All the good work
the
up.
two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that guy. Yeah. You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Kopish.
Good evening, lovely people. Welcome back to another Monday night live show. As always, where we get behind the mic, please make sure that you subscribe, comment, and like. Man like Matt, how you doing, bro?
Boy, weekend was tough.
No, before you even answer that, big up for doing the watch long and post match the other day. No,
come on,
but I'm saying this because I didn't watch the game, but I've heard a lot of bad things about the game and the fact that it was a 0-0 and all that. Big up to yourself, bro.
No, I appreciate that, bro. Listen, like I said before, like the people, as always, we got the best community, bro. So it was just me and the people. Them, we chopped it up. It was tough, though. It was tough because I won't even go too much into the game. I'll just say that we were poor. Tactics were poor. There was no hope in the game whatsoever. We hit the post and hit the crossbar, but it was through Jota trying to score from an acute angle, which he was never going to score from. Header at the back post, but he was in line with the post and still tried to score. It didn't kind of make no sense for him to head it back. And Salah with kind of like a pop shot, so to speak, where I think the ball ricocheted back to him just inside the area. Tried to bend it in the far corner. You know, Salah's been trying to score that goal since 17-18 season. Hit the crossbar. Bro, that's all we had to offer the whole game. I kid you not. That was it. That was it.
All right. So again, forgive me for making you go through this again. But again, I've not watched the game. I've not seen any highlights. All I've seen from the game is when Henderson blocked Trent's shot from a free kick. I just want to ask a few questions.
Of course you can, bro.
The starting midfield was Milner, Henderson, Naby Keita, right?
Yes.
Keita, I heard, got hooked at half time.
He was smelly. He stunk. He was hot dog water, fam.
Okay.
Me and the people them decided he's hot dog water. Fam, it's the worst performance, one of the worst performances, all jokes aside. And you know, people know, I've got time for Naby. Bro, it's one of the worst performances Naby Keita's ever done. I kid you not. He got a yellow card and he done absolutely nothing. Bro, no take-ons, lost the ball, out of position. The only thing I said was, Klopp threw him under the bus. Do you know why when I say that? Bro, he was far from unfit. He looked like he hadn't played football for 7 months. Am I lying, people? He was bad, bro. What's
weird about that, though, is he was in the team playing decent and got hooked out of the team.
Yep.
Right, we'll come back to Naby then. Did Milner and Henderson play the full 90?
Yes. Shall I say something else that'll make you feel better? Or put a smile on your face?
Go on.
So when Trent Alexander-Arnold from the first minute decided that he couldn't be asked today, or couldn't
That's
be asked,
going to be my next question.
It couldn't be asked, to punish him, Klopp took him off and said, "You better watch out for your replacement." Do you know he put it right back?
No, I don't.
James Milner.
Oh.
So Klopp's answer for Trent, being as bad as he was like, "You're going to go up against him again. You don't really want this." I mean, 37-year-old James Milner still being played at right back. We are the only team in world football that has a right back over the age of 32. Sorry, 34 maybe. So I'm just trying to think about Aspilicueta at Chelsea. I don't even know how old he is, but he ain't 37. And he doesn't even really play right back. And if he did, they try to disguise it by playing the back three and he plays the wing back, or he plays in the back three.
All right. Trent, I'm going based off what I've seen on Twitter to see whether it's true or not.
Mm-hmm.
Did Trent look that disinterested, and did he just look like...
Yeah. He looked like he couldn't be bothered. And I'll be honest with you, there's one other thing I can think about in regards to Trent. The criticism that he's been receiving has really got to him, really got to him. Because what's so mad is he was one of our better defenders after the World Cup. However, because we've been so bad, he's been sucked into conversations that he shouldn't be. The only real conversation he should be sucked into was the game against Brighton, innit? The games against Brighton. Other than that, Trent's been okay. He's been all right. Everyone else has been smelling up the joint. But for whatever reason, people will use that agenda against him and just keep criticizing him. Bro, it's almost like he's fragile in a sense of if he does something wrong, and the crowd heckle him or something, he's like, I'm not dealing with this. He's like, he looks like that. Like, I'm not dealing with this, man. The goal that Real Madrid scored, it's all over Twitter. I didn't realize how bad Trent was when Militao ran off him. I know he what I'm gonna say. I know he ran out the zone. He ran out the zone. Hear what I'm gonna say? He ran out the zone. But Trent's got a voice. He's got a voice, fam. He just went like this. It's like
so. Technically, so here's why I'm not a big fan of zonal marking from that specific position of a free kick, because you have less than a second to pass on a man, which is virtually impossible. If you actually look at it, Trent's marking his zone. They're all marking their zone. There's three at fault. Nunez is meant to come and attack that. Someone else, I can't remember who. It was actually Gakpo who let Militao run off him because Trent was actually, if you look at the full version of it, Benzema was in Trent's area or his zone, so to speak. But again, I don't really blame the players. That for me is as a manager, you should be able to spot that and think, how on earth why are we setting up like this from this free kick? Just all of us just grab a man. Yeah. You maybe have 2 or 3 players marking a space, but the rest grab a man. Don't let that man go. From that position to do zonal marking was the most silly thing to do. I've never seen another team do that. It's like we went ultra zonal. In terms, again, I'm just going based off what the chat's saying. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Trent telling Hendo to F off twice. What was this all about?
Again, I think something happened. Something transpired. I'm trying to remember. I think there was a breakaway or Trent lost. No, I know what it was. There was one where Trent lost the ball. So the ball got played like to Trent. Trent's like, he's in our he's near our corner flag, so to speak. No, he's a little bit further out, say 10 yards away from the corner flag or 15 yards out. Facing his own goal. He's getting pressured by the defender. I kid you not, bro. If there was a PlayStation 5 pad that Trent was connected to, it just disconnected. So imagine you're shielding someone, and then it's almost like went through his head something like, oh, what am I gonna do when I get home? Still, like he just started thinking about. He just forgot where he was. The player nicked it off him, squared it to the striker. The striker hit the crossbar. Should have scored. It was practically an open goal. Should have scored. When I say he switched off, bro, when I say Henderson lost it, Henderson went mad. Like, he went loopy. The thing is, though, and this is where I'm going to say now, this is where it gets techie in the team. Trent has been burned out. Let's call it what it is. He's generational, and we've burned him out just like every other, Liverpool star that's come through the academy. Normally what we do is, I'm not going to lie, there's too much on their shoulders for them to deal with, and we still play them. Now, I'm not trying to say it's an excuse. I'm just giving you a reason. Here's where it gets techie, though. Trent will look at Jordan Henderson, and in his brain, he will say, how can you yell at me when you're pulling out stinkers week in, week out? And this is where we are, I'm not joking. It's the blame game now. Because you see, when it starts, until things go back to normal, it won't stop now, because any little thing now will rattle a person and you would want to bite back. Bro, when I say to you, the way Henderson was yelling at him, and you can just tell Trent was just looking at him like, do you really think I'm a dickhead, bro? If it wasn't for me trying to split defenses open, you'd still be hoofing it out off the park. That you can see the anger now between the players now. You can see it. Bro, even when was it Matip? Someone lost the ball. Henderson was going mad. I'm thinking, But brother, you're not playing well either. But here's the thing, because you're the captain, I get it. It's part of your role. So no, because he's captain, he's allowed to. But if you're also the captain, you have to set example though.
Yeah.
Like Cal, say we're on a football team.
Yeah.
You're having a stinker. I'm having a stinker, but you're screaming at
life,
me.
Man. Even just in life in general, bro. Like, let's say for example, I'm really messy, for example.
Yeah.
Let's say we share an office space, and I'm really messy, and then I don't know, you spill your drink or something, and I kick off with you. You're gonna be like, sorry, Cal, what? You're kicking off with me for spilling a drink when you haven't tidied up your desk for how long? You're gonna be like, Cal, you're bang out of order here. It's the same thing on a football pitch. If someone's not pulling their weight, but they're the first to shout at someone, I get you're a captain and all that, but there's got to be self-awareness as well. There's got to be a moment where you step back and go, I should shout at him here as a captain, but also because of my individual performance, I'm going to have a quiet word with him and be like, look, bro, try and do this, that, and that next time. Sorry to get onto you. I know I'm not having the best of games myself, but I'm just seeing what you're doing. Boom, bam. That for me is where a captain comes in. That's where you're meant to do it. And again, maybe we've been a little bit spoiled by having someone like a Gerrard, because Gerrard was one of those captains that led by example. But even when Carragher was captain, Carragher weren't making mistakes like that where he couldn't shout after a man. Carragher was never the most technically brilliant, never the fastest, never the best tackler, never the best header. But Carragher knew how to manage a game. So you see when Agger was acting up and all this, Carragher could grab Agger and shout at man, because Agger can't turn around to him and be like, what are you doing?
Agreed. No, agreed. And listen, for the people that don't agree, that I'm seeing someone say that's complete rubbish. That's your opinion, bro. But you could say it a bit differently. I'll just leave that
again. Shout out to Danny. Danny's been following the channel for a little while. Danny, respectfully, if you can just elaborate on why you think what I'm saying is rubbish.
Yeah. I'm not going to Danny. I'm just saying.
No, I'm not even. I genuinely like to know why he thinks it's rubbish.
Because I think you're right. Because like big up we know. He just said, like, I know this is NBA Cal, but basically there's a player that plays in the NBA. His name called Draymond Green, and he plays on the Golden State Warriors. They're one of the best teams in the last generation, and they've got some of the best, shooters of a basketball to ever see the game. They've got the best, in fact, Steph Curry. Draymond Green is like the heart and soul of the team, a bit like Henderson, right? He's not as good as Salah. Draymond's not as good as KD, right? But the thing is with Draymond is that Draymond will always get that respect. Like, he will still yell and bark at them because it's like credentials and obviously what he's still bringing to the table. They feel like he's still validated. Henderson has to be careful, because even though he is kind of Draymond Green to that respect, your standards or even other things that if you're not pulling your weight, don't be surprised if people start looking at you different. You have to understand that. And we know, with the whole like KD thing, when Draymond took it over the top, that's where Henderson has to be careful, and that goes to Trent. So when Henderson's having a go at Trent and probably screaming at him, you have to be careful, bro. And don't be surprised if people bite back. And don't think just because you're the captain, people can't say things back to you. I'm not trying to say Henderson can't have a go at players if they're not doing well, but you yourself have to set an example. Henderson was really bad, bro. And that's me putting it nicely. Really, really bad, Cal. Like, he was bad.
Fair enough. Shout out to Danny who responded. Danny said, a captain, despite his own performance, always has the right to have a go at someone. To an extent, Danny. To an extent. And I'm not, again, Danny, I don't know you personally, but playing football at a certain level, I've got to be honest, I'd find it very difficult to take harsh criticism or shouting from someone who's having a terrible game or having a terrible season. So, Danny, I hear what you're saying, and what you're saying on the surface is correct, but I think sometimes you've got to look a little bit deeper. I don't think as of right now, Henderson's got a right to shout at anyone or really go in on a player, because Henderson as a right centre midfielder hasn't been doing his role, in my opinion. And again, we always make caveats for our midfielders and certain players in our team by saying, oh, we don't judge them off this, we don't judge them off that. But when you look at, all right, a right centre midfielder for me is someone who's meant to cover your right back if your right back is more advanced. I don't think Henderson really does that anymore. Meant to chip in with goals and assists. Again, Henderson's not been doing that. okay, if you're not doing that, are you regularly recycling the play and distributing the ball well and using the ball well? You're not doing any of that. So as a right centre midfielder, he's not doing any of his jobs at the moment. So again, this is not me sticking up for Trent, because Trent hasn't been great this season either. But if you're not doing any of your jobs, but Trent's doing some of his and he's got something wrong, for you to then completely go off the handle at Trent, for me, that's not a good captain, or not doing a captain thing. That's I'm going to use my authority and abuse my power to an extent, as opposed to looking at the situation and going, I'm going to assess this as a one-off situation. Again, Danny, not even trying to get at you, but that's just how I look at the situation. And I see you say you play semi-pro. Maybe we just take things in a different way. I'm not saying my opinion's right or yours is wrong or vice versa. I'm just saying, me personally, I wouldn't be happy playing with someone in a team who's not playing well, but getting on to me about not playing well. Like, for me, that it's a bit of an oxymoron for me.
No, I feel the same. Here's the thing: if someone's got credentials, whatever, that's fine. It's almost like saying when Henry was captain at Arsenal, if people were slacking, he might say something. But I still feel like Henry would have this humility of, if he's having a really bad game and others are, I know everyone's different as well. I'm just trying to think of someone who, because to be captain, you don't always have to shout, and that's why we always going to say Gerrard is, not just because of what Gerrard does on the pitch in terms of skill wise and what he's able to accomplish, but also the way how he leads. Gerrard was that silent leader that can kind of bring you from you know what I mean? What's that phrase I'm looking for from the start of the game?
Leading by example.
Yeah, but no, bring you from the brink of a game, like, of a lot. He can bring. Yeah. He'll pull you with you. So when things are going wrong, you can just imagine Gerrard getting on the ball and going, "We can't do." Guys, come on. But I just don't see him lambasting people if they're making mistakes. If he's having a bad game, if Gerrard is having a bad game, in my opinion, and say swap Gerrard with Henderson, I don't think Gerrard does what Henderson does. Personally, I just think he'll speak to him, but Gerrard's is different, innit? But again, like, I'm not trying to discredit Henderson.
No one could really. It's a different one with
Gerrard's leadership styles. Everyone's different.
But no one could really talk to Gerrard because he had so much credit in the bank with.
No, but people could still pull him up on it though. Like for his Carragher, Carragher pull him up on it still.
But Gerrard would listen to Carragher. Is there anyone in the team who's willing to pull Hendo up?
Henderson. I think the only people that I know don't shy away from Virgil when I've seen them go at it. Trent is one of them.
There's a difference between pulling him up and just telling him to F off though.
True. Virgil, I think I've seen
Virgil bow down to I've seen not I won't use the term bow down. I've seen Virgil kind of step away from
really?
Hendo.
No, but I remember there's one exchange they had and Virgil was going mad, but this is like a couple of seasons ago.
I think Milner's the only person in the team.
I think someone said Robbo. I think Robbo don't. No.
Robbo might be another one. But I think they're the only two though. Maybe. Now think about it, mate. If Hendo's there screaming at someone on the pitch, and I'm not talking about you tell a man to F off or you get in. I'm talking about you dress a man down and be like, well, bruv, what are you doing? Have you done this? Have you done your? I don't see anyone else standing up to him like that to say, bro, check yourself before you check me. Milner's the only person in the team. Maybe Robbo now. People have said Robbo, but I don't see anyone else doing that. Maybe that's a bit of a problem as well, because we claim to have this team full of captains. If that's the case, why are we reliant so much on Milner and Henderson's leadership? Yeah. If we've got a team full of captains, because they should have been phased out the starting 11 by now.
Do you know what? I reckon if Darwin was at Liverpool a bit longer, and he knew the English language like to a T, I reckon he would bite back. I reckon he would.
Maybe
he'll bite back, but he's that type of character. But Johnny is, again, this isn't like a disrespecting Hendo segment. It's just more about, I'm a bit worried about the team morale, because we can all look at inside training and we can all look, they're all smiles and that, but that don't matter. It's what's happening on the pitch. When it goes to match day and you're losing and you're seeing the captain lambast people not take, obviously people reacting in a certain way. You got players that look disinterested. Obviously, it's not, you don't want to speculate, but you start thinking, what is really going on? You really do, bro. Because I'll tell you, I'll be honest, we've all been there as players where you might be in a team and you might feel like, sometimes even when, say you're in year 7, year 8, let's take it back there. You're in a team, and you know someone shouldn't really be there, but they're there. Maybe they're like the dad's friends with a PE teacher or something. You might look at them and go, "How's he in the team?" But you know what? I respect man because he's there. But if things start going wrong, you start pointing fingers. It's natural. You will, because you look at yourself and you look at others and you'll go, "Nah, I know I'm stinking at the joint, but my man can't even keep the ball." You know, like you will start doing that. And I'm not trying to say everyone does that, but I think naturally, when things are really like on top of you, so to speak, you look around at your nearest answer, and the answers right now, they're all going to be going, "Well, who's playing crap right now? How come man be talking to me? Is he talking to me?"
Yeah.
I don't know.
Tory says, what's the Harvey Hendo moment?
Harvey Hendo? You'll have to remind me.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Tory.
Yeah,
I know,
look, again, guys in the comments, if you think I'm not speaking like the truth here, like I don't feel as though Matt and I have been disrespectful to Henderson in our assessment in what we said personally. Like if I don't think we've name called, I don't think we've said anything rude about it. We're judging him based on his footballing situation. Now, the situation with Trent, and I don't want to compare him to this person, but I've got to.
Sorry to cut you, Cal. I just remember. Hold on. Harvey passing Henderson, Harvey making a right hand. Yes. Yeah. But I'm trying to remember what happened after. So if it's the bit I'm talking about on the right hand side, the ball gets played to Henderson. So I think Elliot exits Henderson, makes the run off the ball. Henderson basically looks at him, does a 180 and just passes it back. And I think they're trying to say it, but I don't remember this. Apparently Harvey was going mad. And I'll be honest with you. And again, this isn't me, picking on one player. Many of people in the chat, everybody that was here, kept on saying, "Why is he not passing it forwards?" Bro, I cannot lie to you. The opportunities they had in the game just to make a simple forward pass was mind-boggling, and he just decided not to. And us in the chat were saying, "You're the number 6. You're supposed to springboard the attack." I've seen the training videos even for the last few years. They've always been taught that when they play on that half pitch and that this number 6 basically has to start the attack here. And when you get it, you turn straight away and you start the attack. Henderson didn't do none of that, bro. He's done the complete opposite. But yeah, crazy.
Trent, and I know people aren't going to like this comparison. Dele Alli had the world at his feet. I know before anyone says anything, Dele Alli didn't win what Trent's won and hasn't got the accolades and all that. Fair enough. But there was a point in time where Dele Alli was seen as the brightest English talent in this country and seen as one of the brightest young talents in all of world football. And then his attitude got the better of him. Now, we're fortunate that we've got Klopp, and we all obviously speak about Klopp, as we have to. But we've got Klopp, and if there's one thing we can say over the time that we've seen with Klopp, whether it be at Dortmund or Liverpool, he doesn't really let players get out of check. However, there's a lot of evidence to show this season anyway that Trent almost feels he's above his responsibility to be a defender as well as contributing an attacking space. It almost feels as though he's all about the glory of getting a goal or an assist rather than, did you see I won my tackle, or I stayed with my man and cleared the ball. And this is going right back from the beginning of the season. Napoli, Man United, like the example you gave me. I'm not even seeing the Crystal Palace, but like
the thing is, this is where I will rebuttal the Dele Alli thing. I think Dele Alli, you're right in terms of attitude, but I think what actually finished his career was injuries. Even though the dedication wasn't there, the injuries really, because the way he moves now, bro, Ali can't move, bro. Like the knees are gone, everything gone.
But I'm not saying they're the same, but in terms of attitude,
but
I'm more getting
attitude
rather than
but you're right though. With attitude, I agree. But here's the thing: when you're playing in a bad team and everyone else is bad, everyone's just gonna look bad. It's just about who looks worse. Because if we're gonna really deep it, yeah, this is what I'm gonna say. So Trent is lazy and playing badly. Matip looks like his former self. Joe Gomez looked like someone took his powers while he was asleep. Virgil van Dijk looks like the injury suddenly caught up with him. Robbo doesn't know how to attack anymore, even though he used to be one of the best assistants in the league. Fabinho also lost his powers and and his athleticism, even though he wasn't the most athletic, but he's just gone. Henderson looks like he's gone back to 13 Henderson when he was on the brink of being sold to Fulham for a part exchange for my man, the American flipping Clint Dempsey. Naby Keita looks like he doesn't know how to play football anymore since Klopp took him out the team. Thiago is the only one that can make things happen, but even he's starting that virus is starting to seep into him, and he's just being very combative, and he's not really even looking to be that saucy. Salah has gone missing since, I hate to say it, his best friend took him out of AFCON and hasn't really recovered. Firmino injuries have caught up with him. Cody Gakpo doesn't know what the heck the Prem is and doesn't really know how to really make an impact on games. Darwin Núñez is the only one that has anything about him that says exuberance, excitement, and just flipping cares about the team. Tsimikas looks like the Tsimikas before he was even at Olympiacos. James Milner, bless him, but he just can't do what he used to do anymore. Have I missed anybody? Curtis Jones still living off that one season where we had the no centre backs. Harvey Elliott, bless him, had a bad injury, but again, there's a lot of pressure on him. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, so with everybody, Diaz obviously just been injured, but with everybody, there's stuff going on with everyone. I just think we're highlighting our so-called best players because they're the ones that's supposed to get us out the mud. My worry is that you're right in picking out certain players more so because there's a responsibility from them. However, it's the team. It obviously the individuals, but the I don't know, bro. It just smells of hot dog water all over the pitch.
I hear everything you said is absolutely spot on. But with Trent in specific, it's the attitude, bro. It's the attitude. Because again,
I hear that.
I can give a pass to certain players who haven't got the talent or haven't got the experience or haven't got the amount of pace needed or the strength needed. Let's say Harvey Elliott's he needs to beat two men on the wing. I know it's not likely Harvey's going to be able to do that. Not because he doesn't want to, not because he's not going to make an effort to, but because he hasn't really got that in his locker. What I'm seeing from Trent and what I'm hearing about Trent, though, is when I'm hearing things like he looks disinterested, looks like can't be asked, look like he's lazy. That's a mentality thing. The guy's fit as a fiddle, got a wonder of a right foot, a brilliant left foot, can spot a pass no one else can in our team. He can score free kicks when he can be bothered. He can take a mean set piece. In terms of a right back, going forward, he's got absolutely everything. When he can be bothered, he can defend as well as most right backs in the league. But he's not doing that. So it's got to be. So what's the attitude come from?
Shall I tell you what it is? And I'll be honest with you.
Go on.
You've just named all those things he's good at. The one thing he's not great at is defending. People that say he can't defend, he can, because we've seen it over the years. He can defend. Yeah. He's not putting in that effort because he feels, bro, he's the outlet for the whole game. Do you know how frustrating it must be to the point where you're just the singular guy that's supposed to make things happen? Remember, the midfield don't offer anything from an attacking point of view. None of them have any goals other than percentage, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So imagine Trent passes.
I've got some nasty stats, by the way, Matt.
Yeah, I know. I know. Imagine when Trent is doing all this attacking good stuff, he must look at it and go, for flip's sake, these men just can't even like play a ball through the lines. Henderson just loses the ball. Milner loses the ball. Fabinho loses the ball. It's just like, for flip's sake. Then imagine this. We're getting countered. Now he's got to run back because their man just can't do their job. I'm not trying to say it's right, by the way. It's just that I feel like he, in his brain, he's thinking, I'm doing too much. Bro, you know when Thiago don't play, he's the only attacking outlet we have. Yeah. Because Robert don't know how to attack. Robert just knows how to bomb down the wing. Imagine that.
It's weird. Robert, I think if I'm not mistaken, Robert actually might be our top assister so far this season, which doesn't make sense because
it should be Trent. Right. But no disrespect. Look how many chances Núñez has missed from Trent and Salah.
Precisely. If this is true, shout out to Trez Fresh. Did Klopp actually say Trent is meant to go forward, the right centre midfield is meant to cover, and and he's not. Trent is meant to do everything on the team, and that's a lot of like. If that's the case, then why haven't tactics been switched up? Why aren't we seeing a situation where it's like, change the formation, change the structure, change the tactics? Why?
This is what I'm saying. If you're going through a bad patch and everyone can see the tactic that you've been reliant upon for how many years is getting them tiresome and the players getting tired, like you said, switch it up, change formation, change tactics. Bro, I kid you not, because we are so bad right now, a formation change would actually try and help disguise our deficiencies. You can still do Trent Alexander-Arnold through ball spam if you want to, because I'm saying I'm aiming this at Klopp, by the way, because that seems like the only way we're going to score goals. It's the same thing, you know. And what's so mad is, you see, because we had no Nunes, Cal, there wasn't no outlet. Imagine Trent's got the ball looking up. There's no outlet. No one wants to run in behind. Jota's rusty. Gakpo doesn't really run in behind, and Salah being on that side, it's never really Salah, so to speak, when he's been told to hold more touchline. It must really get frustrating. Bro, do you know how many chances Trent has put on the plate for some of these players and they can't bury them? They can't bury the chances.
14 big chances I'm seeing.
Bro, that is mad. 14.
That is pretty standard.
You think?
That? Yeah, 14 big chances. He's got 2 assists. All right. For a creative player, 14 big chances by this stage of the season is pretty standard. I don't know. Again, I haven't got the stats to hand, but I would say that might even be lower than what it has been over the last few years.
Yeah, probably. But
it's just, I'm worried about, like, it feels as though Trent doesn't have someone in the team that says, oh, if you're going to act up, I'm going to take your spot and you'll sit on the bench and you'll really see what it's like to have an attitude. Yeah. And for me, that's the bigger problem.
Agreed.
Like since the age of 18, he's been one of the first names on the team sheets, and no one could really turn around and say to him, I'm taking your spot. Bless Calvin Ramsey. He's come in and injury after injury. But even then, when we signed Calvin Ramsey, none of us truly believed he was going to take Trent's spot or give him a run for his spot.
Yeah, he looked promising though. He did look very promising, but he got some invisible injury now out for the season. And I said it, I was going crazy on Saturday. I don't know. There was one part where I was just like, Liverpool bought a right back to challenge Trent, and the right back is injured for an injury that we don't even know what happened. I know we've seen more of Calvin Ramsey selfies with the cast on his leg, with the cast on the bandages, than we have on the pitch, bro. Do you know how bad that is? And that's supposed to be the answer, or at least to push Trent. Calvin Ramsey, I think, will be good, by the way. I like what he's about, even the 30 minutes or 45 minutes that I've seen of him. He looks good, by the way. I'm just saying, you have to look at Liverpool. You have to look at Klopp. You have to look at Linders. You have to look at the recruitment team. This should have been addressed from before, though, Cal. You see, when at least we got Tsimikas, they should have said, let's go and get somebody to help Trent now. They got to push Trent. Because let's be real, Tsimikas helped Robbo.
Yeah. Matt, stay there, though, because this leads us nicely on to the next thing.
Yeah.
Fabrizio Romano came out today and says he expects Liverpool to sign 3 or 4 players in the summer. Now, I'm going to be real. I'm going to say this, not to spark any controversy or anything like that. I genuinely, I know he's one of the biggest names in sort of journalism and football journalism. And again, no disrespect to him. Everyone's got their job. Everyone's got their hustle and all that. When it comes to Fabrizio reporting on Liverpool, I genuinely believe he knows no more than you or I know. And that's not even me trying to be disrespectful. I just don't think the club are out there with their information like that. Not once did he speak about Gakpo or anything like that. Not once did he speak about Nunes before it became public knowledge. He doesn't genuinely know what happens in and around Liverpool. He just doesn't. James Pearce don't. Paul Joyce is probably the only one.
Thiago, right? He was the only one when all the others were saying
it wasn't just him. No, others got Thiago before.
He was one of the first. I remember because we was playing a game. Remember, and everyone was like, "Look what Fabrizio just tweeted." And
it was against Man City. We lost against Man City 4-0 after we won the league.
I'm not trying to listen. I think Fabrizio is one of the best out there. Obviously, he's not going to know everything. However, he's not the only journalist that has said Liverpool will be able to do something.
And once again, I don't think I'm disrespecting.
No, you're not. He's one of the best.
So I'll be honest. Some of you guys really take my words and really spin it. Or you've got a real.
You just said he's one of the best in the world.
For these people you don't really know, like. Like
understand that.
I said, if you listen to my words, I said when it comes to Liverpool, I don't think he knows that much because Liverpool hold their cards very close to their chest because they've been stung so many times in the past.
Agreed.
He didn't know about Gakpo. He didn't really know about Nunes until it became public news. He didn't know about a lot of the signings we've made. He thought we were signing a centre midfielder in the summer and in the January. We didn't sign one. Again, not saying he doesn't get most things right. He gets a lot right. I'm saying when it comes to Liverpool, him, just like a lot of the other journalists, don't really know what's going on because we don't really let a lot out.
Yeah, no, I agree, and it's because of apparently, you know, the whole Virgil thing. From then, Liverpool said, when it comes to like briefing, I think journalists, they're very, very closed off, like very closed off.
Which I agree with.
Yeah, there's one journalist. I won't say his name, so I don't want to say anything. I know pretty well. You know who I'm talking about. Yeah. When it came to Thiago at the time, he was told nothing's happening until he had to really do some digging, and then he was told there might be something in it. He said to me, there might be something in it, and I was like, okay, cool. But when I say to you, that's what he was being told by the club.
He told us in January we weren't signing a midfielder.
Yeah. Bob, I'm telling you, you see Liverpool.
And again, just because we don't come out and say this stuff and act like ITKs and all this, like we know what's going on behind the scenes.
We do. I'm big at the journalists as well because there's so many journalists that work their arse off. But the one thing I will give Liverpool credit for in a weird way, when it comes to transfers, they try to keep everything stum so you can't hear nothing. The only way it's going to leak is through literally the agent. That's the only way. Unless the agent, no one else ain't getting in on no story. So yeah, man, it's mad, it's mad. But big up to the journalists though, because listen, people will have a go at them and say they don't know this and that. But I'll be honest, our club is probably one of the hardest clubs to get like transfer news on. So big them all up. Yeah, but big them all up because they all try. Some they get right, some they get wrong. But I respect every single one of them. You know what I'm saying? They try, bro. It's part of their job, like.
Yeah.
Remember, and you don't get your job right all the time. Come on, people. We got to give them a bit of slack. And one thing I think people need to go easy on is, let's say someone reports and says, you know, it looks like they're gonna get 3 players in. Some people go mad, you know. They're like, you're chatting rubbish, bro. Bro, chill. It's just their opinion. It's his opinion, and maybe that's what he's been told. Like, and maybe you might say he's silly for believing that. But if he's been told that, what? So now he's got to lie. So if Liverpool say to him, we're looking to get 3 players, and he doesn't report that, it wouldn't be smart for him to go, Liverpool told me we're getting 3 players, but I think they're just going to get 1. Come on, you know how it works. Yeah. We just got to give them a little bit of slack at times, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Do you think we're signing 3 or 4 players this summer? Not what you want. Mm-hmm. Do you think we're signing 3 or 4 players this summer?
For once, I'm going to be positive. I think we are. I genuinely think we are, you know. Shall I tell you why? Because I know you don't look convinced. We genuinely don't know how much Liverpool have. We know we're looking for investment. The investment might not even come true. One thing we do know, though, is the accounts are looking good. So you can look at it like this. Money might not even need to come through for another source of income. It might be the investment that's there for now that can help Klopp in the summer. But then obviously like winter time, Liverpool might hope to get investment by then. That would be like kind of a year, so to speak. Whether Klopp is telling the truth or not is still a good sign. When Klopp had his presser the last time, he goes, it's clear we're going to make change. They said to him, if you don't make Champions League, will it be harder? Yes, it'll be harder, but that doesn't take away the fact that we've got to make change. Bro, do you know what that says to me? He's putting pressure on the owners to sell, or he's telling the truth and we're going to buy. Does it mean that we're going to spend 400 million, 500 million, Cal? No, it does not. It just means that we'll get bodies in. It might not be the bodies that we want, so to speak, but I think players will be entering. You want to know why? Because there'll be players that are leaving and there's nothing that he can actually do about it. So you see Naby Keita, he's gone. I've said this from before news broke out last year, before anyone reported on Naby Keita that he was not signing that deal. I've said it. The amount of times journalists, this is why I'm going to have a little, in fact, what I want. Some journalists have said, it's not over. No, it's not over.
Came out just
I know, almost, yeah. Some of them were like, it's not over. Like, he's not signing the deal, people. Trust me, he's not signing. James Milner, I'm not too sure, but I don't think James Milner is going to resign. If he does resign, it will be like a coaching player team. That's just what I think. Yeah. Jordan Henderson will stay. Who's the other? Sorry, Oxlade. Wasn't Jordan Henderson? Oxlade-Chamberlain will go. There's Tsimikas. If there's an offer, that will be techie. Kelleher, another one that might be techie. So I do think players will leave. Does it mean we have to use all the money that we get from them to buy players? No. Yeah, it will help, but I still think there's money there. I am under the impression, and this is just me, maybe I've just been baited into it. Maybe. Or maybe I'm trying to give you guys hope. Maybe I'm just trying to do that on my ones. I am of the belief that Liverpool have set aside a certain amount of money for Jude Bellingham. Just for Jude. Everything else, we got to maybe get from Liverpool's accounts, or we're looking for more income through various other parties. Yeah. For some strange reason, I genuinely believe Liverpool have set aside money for Jude Bellingham. I don't know why. I just do, innit? I just do.
I'm going to play devil's advocate. Do you want to give a few shout outs, though? I want to shout out to Dave's LFC chats in the comments. Big up yourself, Dave. Make sure you go and check out Dave's channel and subscribe. And a shout out to Ryan LFC in the chat as well. Guys, make sure you head over to Ryan's channels and subscribe. And a shout out to Kev O'Sullivan as well from the LFC Day Trippers. Guys, make sure you head over to LFC Day Trippers and subscribe as well.
Indeed.
All right. I'm going to play you know I've got to play devil's advocate, right?
Of course.
All right. So you said about the Players League. All right, another one. Shout out to Nerd Beats Football Analysis.
Yes, no, that's my guy.
Big
up Nerd Beats. Big up Bajan Barnes as well. If you haven't said it already.
Bajan Barnes, I see you now as well.
He's got his new channel as well.
Yep.
Jeez, big up Bajan, my brother as well.
Check out Bajan Red TV.
Indeed.
Make sure you check that out as well, people. Plenty of Liverpool channels to be supported, not just ours, people. It's a community, and everyone's got to eat. So make sure you just subscribe and like videos, guys. It's that simple.
Trust me.
All right. So you said we're going to be losing some players, right? Jerry James as well. Everyone's coming out the woodwork. Shout out to Jerry James as well.
Big up Jerry James, you know. Big up, brother, as well.
All right. Luke Tanner. I see Luke Tanner as well. If you want to get great MMA content as well as Liverpool content, make sure you head over to Luke's channel as well. Have I missed anyone? I don't think I have. If I see your name, I'm going to call you out, though. All right. So you said we're going to be losing some players, so we've got to replace those players. Here's why I play devil's advocate, yeah? Adrian, I don't think we have to sign anyone to replace him. I think we've got someone in the squad who replaced him already.
Okay. Might be that Pitaluga, innit?
Either Pitaluga or Harvey Davis or one of the younger goalkeepers. Yeah. But I don't think we'll have to go out and actively get someone.
Fair play.
I'm going to be real. I feel as though we already have a Firmino replacement in Gakpo.
Yeah, no, do you know what? Even though I don't like it, that's not where I was heading. But you're right, though. You're right. You're right. Yes,
So that's already 2 out of the 5 leaving on a free.
Yeah.
Milner, I actually think will have his contract extended.
You think?
I do. Against my wishes, I think he'll have his contract extended. And then I look at Naby and Ox, and I think in Klopp's mind, he'll only think he needs one centre midfielder to cover those two because of the amount of games they play regardless. So I think he wants to. So out of the 5 players that leave on a free in the summer, I think, or meant to leave on a free, I think 1 will re-sign in Milner. I think 4 will leave. And I think only 1 will come in to replace those two centre midfielders. So let's say for argument's sake, that's Bellingham, right?
Bellingham would be one.
Let's say we've got that magic pot of money for Bellingham just sitting there.
Yeah.
If we sign Bellingham, I personally feel that might be the only midfielder we sign. Now hear me out. I don't agree with this. I'm just saying what I think might happen. I think Kelleher will be sold because Kelleher will ask to leave. That's a concern for me. I don't know what we're going to do about that situation.
Enter Pitaluga.
He's already 3rd choice.
When he's been bumped to 2nd. You know what happened?
So who's 3rd choice then?
They'll bring back my man. Who Who's that guy that didn't make it? No. Who's that centre back who just didn't make it? Or he's on the. Who's the centre back that they flips it? Who was the fourth choice centre back when Fabrizio? Who was the guy, bro? He's a centre back though.
Reece Williams.
No. Who's the
Ben
black
Davies.
centre back? No, the black centre back.
Oh, Kopish.
They're gonna bring back Kopish and be like, "Yo,
what the third choice got?
Third choice got to be like, he's got the height, he's got the reach, he's got the length." That's what they'll probably do, you know, to save money.
Reach,
isn't it? No, I'm joking. But you know what though? That is a worry. They'll probably, if I'm being honest, they'll look for a freebie, I reckon, you know, in the market for a goalkeeper.
Right. Let's say for argument's sake, we go for two from the academy. We go Peter Luger and Harvey Davies.
Yeah. That
means the Kelleher money that's in the bank. Let's say 25 to 30 mil. Yeah?
Yeah.
Tsimikas, I think there's a high chance Tsimikas goes in the summer.
I think there is as well.
I reckon we could probably fetch around 20 mil for Tsimikas.
Yeah, with add-ons. It'll be like 16 rising to 19 or 20 or something. Facts.
So let's say on a good day, that's 50 mil we've raised there, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
We've gone from needing 3 centre midfielders, in my opinion, a centre back, a right winger, to now needing 2 centre midfielders after we sign Bellingham, a right winger, a centre back, and now a left back.
But you're also forgetting about, because remember, we're not counting this in. This is just, it's more speculation, it's more guessing. I feel like the money that we saw in the accounts at some point would have to be, like, basically they would have to give Klopp the funds to make these, to invest in the squad, bro. Because if not, what would actually happen? Let's say FSG don't give Klopp no money, and all Klopp can do, like you say, Carl, is raise money through player sales. Klopp would just be like, he actually can't do it. He won't be able to do it. That's why I'm genuinely of the belief of better than money's already been put aside. And not only that, the money that I'm guessing that he would use to get other players is already there through the accounts that we saw. What was it? Liverpool got 500 mil, 600 mil. We would probably use maybe 100 of that potentially, if that. I just think they'll give Klopp maybe some funds to spare. I don't know. I could be wrong. Carl. But I know what you're saying. We could theoretically still weaken the squad even with the purchase, because it depends on how many players that we lose. But the thing is, it will be annoying for us because we don't move like other teams, and this is the most annoying thing. We'd have to rebuild that squad over transfer windows, and that's the bit that we've always had to get used to, which is the most frustrating. You see how Chelsea practically addressed their next 5 years in one window. I'm not trying to say we should do that, but we should have a plan of, in the next 2 windows, our squad should be full again, and then every transfer window we just look to just add. You don't have to go crazy, just add a little bit, because obviously some players are going to want to go, and if you can refresh. Big up Chris Angel.
Oh my goodness.
I was speaking to him today, yeah?
That's crazy. I was just going to say his name, because I'm going to go on, say that's crazy.
Yeah, big up Chris Angel. Do you know what I said to him today, yeah?
Shout out Chris Angel. I was just going to mention his name.
Do you know what he said to me? He's like, basically, obviously, we haven't been proactive, we've been reactive. And I was like, that's very true. I've been saying the same thing. And I said, do you know the problem we've made, yeah, is that because we've only been playing getting like one player like every window, or just not at all, we now have to revolutionize the side, when really and truly every window or every summer it should be an evolution. So you look at your squad and you go, all right, I think I need 2-3 changes here. I'm gonna make those changes. I don't know any big team other than us that stick with the same core for however long and think nothing don't need changing, and you're gonna wait until basically everything's rotten. If you've got a pack of bananas and there's one rotten, would you not just put that one in the bin? Or you're going to leave it with the other one so the other ones can just catch on and start sweating together, and then just start getting, I don't know, them fruit fly things. Yeah. Would you get rid of the bad banana? No, you get rid of it. Yeah. Why have we not got rid of the bad bananas, bro? It's just infested now. Fruit flies everywhere.
It's a great analogy still. All right. Here's where I play devil's advocate again. And again, everyone who I'm not going to justify myself in this one. Everyone knows my thoughts and feelings about how much we need to spend and how many players we need in the summer.
Yeah.
We keep on speaking about the amount we need, like 350 million. I've seen some people put. Why do we need that amount of money though? Because if we're meant to be this team that's ahead of schedule and all that, and we're meant to try and do things a different way, we already know what our owners are like. It's like, if I like, again, growing up, my mum wasn't rich. I wasn't going to go to her every month and ask her to buy me TNs, for example, because I knew that's just not going to happen. We like single mother, she's raising me and my brother. I can't go and ask her for TNs every other month. It just can't run. Doesn't mean I can't have trainers though. I just need to look at cheaper trainers that still do the job and still look nice, right?
Agreed.
So this leads me to Bellingham, right? I love Bellingham. Rate the guy. Rate him highly. Generational talent potentially. Should we be looking at Bellingham right now when we've got so many areas of the squad to fix though? And the reason I ask that is because Bellingham, in theory, is going to take up a massive chunk of the budget. And rightly so. He commands that. He's brilliant.
It's our fault.
No, I hear that, Matt. But we're in this situation now.
Yeah.
So wouldn't it be better to get 5 or 6 players rather than 2 or 3 because you want Bellingham? Because Bellingham's a want. Bellingham doesn't take our team from 8th to 2nd or 1st. Bellingham takes our team from 8th to 5th or 4th. And that's not him being a rubbish player or not being good enough. He just one man. He can't come in and fix all these problems. So wouldn't it be better to go and say, well, you know what? Bellingham's a dream, but right now we need to fix so many holes because we do need a centre-back. So when we get a centre-back, why don't we get 3 midfielders in the mold of, let's say, a Kone, an Ugarte, and I know people ain't going to like the name, but maybe a Tillemans on a free. Because that's 3 centre midfielders. 3 centre midfielders better than what we've got right now, which is going to improve the overall quality of the squad. The centre back's going to help improve what we've got at the moment. And then we can get another forward who's a bit more aggressive in attacking and doesn't rely on Diaz being the only tricky winger we've got. Would that be better than getting Bellingham and maybe 2 others?
I don't think the Bellingham money can stretch to 3. I think it can stretch to 2. Let's say Bellingham costs 120. Let's say he costs 120 with add-ons. So in fact, it might go 150. So maybe we could get 3 midfielders, yeah?
150, bro. Enzo Fernandez ruined that Bellingham 120.
No, that's true. But I still think it's going to be 120 plus add-ons, though. I just don't think it'll be 150 flat. But I hear it.
He's English.
But here what I'm going to say. We need
to cut you, Matt. He's English. Yeah. He's good looking. And he's coming back to England. 150 minimum.
Bro.
And he's got bare time left on the contract.
I bet you if we get Bellingham, it's not 150. And when I say bet you, I don't mean I'm betting you. I just think
it'll rise to 150, I reckon.
It might rise, but it won't be flat out 150. So we're kind of saying the same thing. I just don't think it'll be a down payment 150. This is what I'm going to say. Sometimes you have to buy that expensive player because they're that good. How many times over the years did Liverpool try and do the, and I don't want to be disrespectful to the players you've named, but I'm just talking about in the past, these bargain bucket players where we've tried to, like, instead of getting the one great player, you go and buy 3 meaty players. Now, I think Kone Ugarte and who was the other one you said?
Tillemans, I said just on a free.
Tillemans, yeah, can work. However, it's still a gamble. Tillemans, I've always been worried about his engine. I don't think he's got the engine. The other 2, I think they're good. They will improve. However, neither of them.
So to cut you, right? Yeah. I just want to cut you there because I don't want to lose track of that.
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying. Is it not more of a gamble just to get Bellingham by himself, though, Matt? Because let's say we go and get Bellingham and it doesn't work, bruv. God forbid we sign Bellingham and he gets injured in the first 3 games. He gets like a 3 months out.
I don't think it's going to be this. Maybe I don't know what's happened to me. Maybe someone has just given me some happy serum.
I don't think anything's happened to you. I'm just coming up with different scenarios.
No, of course. For some strange reason, I don't see Bellingham being the only midfielder. I feel like there'll be one more. It'll be like more of like a like maybe a Kone, even more so than say a Matthias Nunes. All right, I'll put it like this. If we would get 2 midfielders, Liverpool's first choice, in my opinion, is going to be Jude Bellingham for 120, and then another midfielder that they're hoping that they can get for like 30 mil or something like that, or 40. I don't think we should even think as well that it's just going to be Bellingham. Because I think that would be really silly from Klopp to think he's just like we're just one midfielder away from solving our problems in midfield. Klopp knows that. But if he was talking about Fabinho, he was talking. In fact, he's spoken about every player. He knows by looking at the players right now, he needs more than one player. It's just that he knows Bellingham is a key cog, bro. Like when I say key, I'm talking.
Yeah, I think Fabinho's getting sold in the summer. I think
Yeah,
Fabinho's money will potentially go towards a new centre midfielder.
Yeah, like I just think the midfield situation he knows is gonna need minimum 2. Because he's not silly enough to like let's say we lose well, in fact we are gonna lose them. We're losing Ox and Naby. That's 2 players. Klopp, in my opinion, won't be silly enough to just think, oh, I know, we'll just ramp up Harvey Elliott's minutes and Curtis Jones. He knows that.
Okay, not to be silly when I say this, and I'm not even trying to do this for
clout.
clout.
No, go. Yeah.
Tyler Morton, Leighton Clarkson coming back off loan. Hear me out, Matt. Hear me out. Hear me out.
Just don't. Just don't.
Matt, hear me out.
Man said Tyler Morton and Clarkson.
Hear me out, Matt. Hear me out. I'm not even trying to gaslight anything. Ox and Naby barely play. The midfielders coming in are not to replace Naby and Ox, you know. They're here to take Fabinho or Henderson out of the team. So, conceivably, in Klopp's mind, he could be looking at it saying, I don't need 3 centre midfielders or 4 centre midfielders, as people are saying. I only need 1 right now. Because remember, we went for Tchouaméni last summer, didn't get him. We didn't go for anyone else. That to me doesn't suggest that Klopp needs or wants more than 1 midfielder at the time.
Not at that time, but things don't change though.
Things have changed.
They don't change big time.
Things have changed. But I don't think they've changed big time in his mind. I think they've changed in Fabinho's not the guy for me anymore. I don't just need 1 anymore. I need 2. But if I've got the Bellingham stuff, that's my 1. That's my Tchouaméni. Bellingham's my Tchouaméni I didn't get. But I'm selling Fabinho, so I need 1 to cover Fabinho. For me, selling Fabinho and bringing in Bellingham doesn't solve our midfield issues.
No, it doesn't. It just solves our... no, I thought I was going to say it then. You nearly dropped me in it still. Do you know what I was going to say? I'll say it anyway. You know, we're team Kopish. I was going to say it solves our Henderson issue. I didn't do that. I'm only playing.
But it doesn't really solve our midfield issues because...
No, it doesn't. It doesn't solve any issues. No. What it is, but it helps. No, it doesn't solve, but it helps. Because you've got to look at it like this. Klopp, listen, you're right in thinking Klopp's looking at Fabinho thinking he's probably done now, potentially, yeah? So let's say he gets a DM and he gets Bellingham. That now means that new DM and Bellingham, yeah, are first team now and they play with Thiago. Yeah? Mm-hmm. If you're able to get 1 more, perfect. That's a perfect scenario. And I would love for that to happen. Because remember, we're losing Naby and Ox on a free. And remember, Ox is homegrown as well. Do you know what I'm thinking of that he might go for? And we've been linked with him a little bit as well, and he's picking up a little bit more noise. Remember Mason Mount?
I think we're getting Mason Mount instead of Jude Bellingham.
Can you just stop that, please? I'd rather Declan Rice all day, bro. So I know you haven't mentioned him, but I'd rather get Rice.
Bro, if you ask me right now, name your 3 ideal centre midfielders, it's Declan Rice, Jude Bellingham, and Manu Kone. Those are my 3. Bro.
Yeah, here's the thing. Do you know what's so crazy? See Mason Mount, yeah? He's like Marmite. Some people like him, some people dislike him, right? I actually think Mount is a good player.
So I
think Mount is good.
But he's just not what I want.
No. All right, let me say this to you. Would you be happy with a midfield of... All right, who's the DM? Who's your first choice DM you would go for? That first choice.
Rice.
Declan Rice.
Yeah.
I know, but it's got to be realistic. I'm putting parameters in. Name me a DM that costs like 30 mil. There's a reason why.
It'd have to be Kone then.
I
think Kone's more of a 8 that can play a 6 rather than a 6 that plays the 8.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. All right, let's just say we got... Because the thing is, what I'm going to say is it's too expensive. And that's crazy that I'm even saying this because we're a football club, one of the best in the world. But apparently it's too expensive. Because what should really be happening is Declan Rice, Bellingham, And if you want to
Kone.
complete, and Kone. Bro, when I say to you,
if we got that in the summer, I'm good.
I'll be honest with you. Can I say? I'm going to say something crazy. If we got Jude Bellingham, Kone, and Declan Rice, I'm FSG in all day, every day. I swear. Nah, fam. Man said Bellingham, Declan Rice, and Kone. Nah.
You better hope Ricky ain't listening to this. Bro.
Nah, I'm FSG in, bro. If you get me 10 free midfielders in one summer, I kid you not, I'm fighting everybody. I'm fighting everybody. Nah, you can't talk to FSG to me, and we buy them players there. You crazy, bro.
It'd be phenomenal. Phenomenal.
I'm joking, but bro, listen, we just need to see a summer where they can, as a fan base, we can be, get that buzz back where we feel like where we should be. Bro, the only time we went shopping and we felt happy was gassed. We keep going back to the same Coutinho talk. We always go back to the same thing. That's all we hold on to. With that springboard that we had in 17-18. You know that, right? It's like going back. I remember the time. That's like me saying, I remember the time when I had the Drake hairline. Why am I going to keep talking about? I got to move on now. I don't have that anymore.
Shall be real?
My hair don't grow, fam.
The last window I was gassed at was 2020. But I just felt like we needed.
You was gassed in 2020. Was that the Jota one and Thiago?
Tsimikas, Thiago, and Jota. I was gassed at that window.
No, I
knew we needed a centre back.
But we needed more.
I know.
No, do you know what it is? Your expectations though have been lowered as well, though. You know.
I know.
All right, imagine that's your best summer, yeah, or your most recent. Imagine Chelsea, fam. The tables are rising when they're at work. The tables are rising when they're in the restaurant. Mrs. is like, "What's wrong with you? Are we not eating?" Man's just on his phone, looking at the names that have been brought in. Man's like, "Babe, picking up another name." You know, that one's there, bro.
Nah, 2020 was a good window. It's just it wasn't.
It was a very good window. Very good window.
I still maintain if we had like 2019 window, we completely dropped the ball.
No, we didn't have the ball.
We had signed
didn't have the ball.
Yeah.
Didn't have it. No one gave it to us.
If we had signed the centre back in 2020, I honestly think we'd be all right now because the summer of 2020, 2021, I think we would have signed a centre midfielder to replace Genie.
Yeah.
And now we'd just be fixing our problems now. Whereas before, we're fixing problems from saying that though. We say that. Yeah. What did we say Harvey Elliott was? Harvey Elliott was Genie's replacement and Shaqiri's replacement.
And the centre back replacement. Bro, here's the thing. We do too much like Swiss Army knife settings. Buy the player for the role. How can we have not replaced Genie? Like that, and we knew it. When we bought Thiago, we said we'll give it 1 year and he's gone. He's gone. Genie's gone. That's the replacement. They're completely different players. It don't make no sense. It's like a DM leaving and you go and buy a 10. That's the replacement. That's what we did, you know. Thiago's like a completely different player to Genie Wijnaldum. They're completely different.
We've got to have a Thiago conversation soon, but I'm not going to have that conversation while Drifty's online.
Wait a minute. What are you talking about?
We're going to have a Thiago conversation soon.
My Thiago.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your Thiago.
Yeah. Do you know why?
Yeah, go on.
Because of the future of my Liverpool, bruv. That's why. We're going to have a conversation about Thiago soon.
The fact that we're saying that says the club's in the mud. We should never be having a conversation about Thiago, you know.
I know.
Do you know what that is? We've let him down. He hasn't let us down. We've let him down.
A bit of both. More so on our side. No, more so on our side.
When he signed for Liverpool Football Club, Genie Wijnaldum was still there. Naby Keita was still at least doing a little something. Jordan Henderson was not on his decline. Flacco was still in his prime, bro. There were no issues. He brought the sauce.
His availability.
We was pasta with no butter, no salt, no pesto. He added that bolognese sauce and everything was moving for the last 3 years. Imagine being dry pasta, bro. Dry pasta. That's
I
taking
hear
the pasta straight into the saucepan and just boiling hot water and just putting it on someone's plate. Do you know how
I
much
hear
of
you.
disrespect that is?
I hear you. I hear
That's what
you.
we was though. Without
But
it.
let me ask you,
Yeah.
how frustrating would it be every time you went into the cupboard after you made pasta and you saw the sauce wasn't available?
I hear that, but you just gotta. You know what it is though.
No,
Man
answer
just
the
gotta.
question, Matt.
No. All right. So if I go into the cupboard, say if I make pasta like I don't know, like twice a week, and Chu say it's only there once a week. Man just got to remember the time that I had it. I can't really, you know what I mean? I don't get the sauce all the time. But at least the pasta's decent. Remember, the pasta used to be decent though, Cal. That's what I'm trying to say to you. Before we had butter, we had a little parsley on the butter, yeah, but a little bit of garlic on it. There's nothing on the pasta now. It's just water and pasta.
But if the sauce isn't about, Matt, the sauce isn't about, no matter how nice it tastes.
Bro,
every time you go into the Caribbean shop and you ask for jerk chicken, bro, how many times we got? Yeah, you got to try the jerk chicken from that shop. Every time you go there, we're not have that.
Yeah, but remember that one time you got it? At least you can go. Remember that time?
That's what I'm saying. The memories are fantastic, but I can't send my family members there because I don't know if they're gonna have it in stock. I don't know if they're gonna turn around to my cousin and go, "We're not have that." Next order, please step aside, please, sir. Like we don't know. We don't know if we're gonna hear that, do we? We're gonna have a conversation about it. But next person we've got to have a conversation about Mo Salah.
Oh boy.
Now again, I don't think this needs to be a long conversation. This is again the media doing what the media outlets do and trying to create headlines. It came out today that Salah's going to ask to leave if we don't qualify for the top 4, and his agent within a very short space of time came out and squashed that rumor, which I'm a fan of, to be honest. I quite like that.
Yeah.
And Salah's agent has been very vocal. Even when there was times where the people were saying he didn't want to sign a new contract, he was always the first to say that's not true and this, that, and the other. And he got a lot of flack for it. I think this is a short segment, depending on your answer. If we don't get top 4, do you see Salah pushing for a move? Oh, it might not be a short segment. Okay, let me get the pencil and pen ready.
If we don't get top 4, I'll be a bit concerned. I know the agent said we haven't even spoken about it, but let's be real, he's not going to tell everyone now, is he? That you're just being a bad agent. Oh yeah, Liverpool don't make top 4. We've definitely had those conversations. I will be a bit worried. I know we signed a new deal, so I'm going to sit here and say no, but it's just a deal, innit? It's just a football deal, innit? Like it doesn't mean you have to stay. It's just a case of there's a contract there, and if someone wants to buy you, then someone comes up with the right amount of money, they can get Salah potentially. I think Mo would stay. I think he would stay, but I'll be worried that people would try and test the water though. I can't lie to you. They would definitely try to test it. 100%.
I know. I think people would be silly not to test the water.
Yeah.
They'd be silly not to do that. But do you think he stays or do you think he goes? Do you think he pushes for a move?
I don't think he pushes for a move, no. I think people will try and get him. He won't push for it. I can't see Salah saying to his agent, get me out of Liverpool, because we've had one bad season after we made him the highest paid player of all time. I don't think he does that. I think he's got more respect for that. One thing I'm not going to rule out, though, is someone like a PSG going for him. If, for example, PSG are not able to re-sign Lionel Messi, I genuinely feel that their replacement will be Mohamed Salah, or they will try to, basically. And the problem is with a team like PSG, money don't mean nothing for them. They'll look at Salah and go, how much do you guys want? In fact, they'll tell the agent, this is where it will get mad techie. Remy, how much is Salah worth? What will Liverpool want? He'll tell them. They'll just say that, and Liverpool will probably cave in.
That leads me perfectly onto the next question. Let's say Salah initially says, no, I don't want to go anywhere, and PSG come in and offer let's say 100 mil.
Yeah.
What did Liverpool do in your opinion?
Klopp won't want to lose him, but the owners might say it's a good deal. And that's where I think maybe a conflict of interest or conflict of, that could be a problem. Liverpool should never be thinking about selling Salah. It never makes sense to sell your best players and then you go and look for replacements. You try and add, if anything. Salah needs someone to help him. He needs someone that can challenge him to help, to a degree, prolong his Liverpool career. He gets played like 95% of the games. And I understand he's a strong-willed person and probably is always, knocking on Klopp's door saying, make sure you play me. I'm fine. I don't need rest. However, Jurgen Klopp has never really had the person to really go against Salah. The only person Salah had to go up against was Shaqiri. Shaqiri was hardly ever available, and they're different type of players anyway. Do you know what I mean? Don't take the money. You know why? There's not one person right now that can replace Salah and do what Salah's going to do definitively for the next 5 years. That's on the market that we can get. Because you can say, I'll give an example. We could go and get Kylian Mbappe. He could probably do the same thing that Salah does for the next 5 years, but he's not realistic, is he? So we'd have to hope, again, like a Moussa Diaby or someone like that can do what Salah does. It'll be a gamble.
I'll play devil's advocate one quick time.
Yeah, go on.
Who's to say we need to go and get someone who replicates what Salah does? Why don't we change the system and go to a different system and get other people in the team to fill in for his goals and assists? Because I see this as Nunes is settling in season. So let's say, for example, Nunes increases by 10 goals next season to whatever he finishes on this season.
Yeah.
That's already taking 10 goals away from Salah. So let's say Salah ends the season on 30 goals in all competitions. Let's say Nunes ends on 15. Let's say Nunes ups that to 25. That's already taken 10 off Salah, right? Let's say we go and get another wide player who scores another 10 goals in the season. That takes 10 off Salah's. And then you go and get a midfielder who can chip with 10 goals in the season. You're taking a 30 away from Salah and you're spreading it around the team, which is, in my opinion, less of a gamble.
Bro, it's less of a gamble, but here's the problem. It's still a massive gamble because you're asking for so many players now to chip in. And now you're going to have to change up your whole team. So you've gone from having arguably 3 bona fide strikers in Nunes, because Nunes is still a goal scorer. He just could have scored more. Jota and Salah are our 3 bona fide strikers. Gakpo's not there yet. There's no one in midfield. So now you've got to bring in those players that you just said that now need to add to what Salah is going to miss. So you got to find a right winger. You got to go and get midfield. Remember, what's the hardest thing in football to do, bro? Score goals. Finding consistent goal scorers. Salah's having a terrible season. How many goals has Salah got? I don't even know. What is it?
20 at the moment, I believe.
How can that man? Remember, he's having a crap season and he's got 20. So imagine. So when everyone else is having a crap season, what are they doing? What numbers are they pulling up? And remember, Salah's only taken 1 penalty.
Yeah, brother, I'm not. By the way, let me be clear. I'm not saying I want this type. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
No. I actually like the question. I'm just now thinking, I don't. Your idea is all good, but have Liverpool? Do you know what? Have Liverpool got the balls, so to speak, pause to then blow up the project and kind of like just change everything, like you said. It would mean a rejig of the whole team, bro, because we need goal scoring midfielders and a goal scorer and a pretty consistent goal scoring right winger. So let's say you get Moussa Diaby and let's say you get Dominic Szoboszlai, someone like that. I'm trying to think of someone like a 10 or someone or an 8 that can score goals on a consistent basis. That's tough, you know. Like, name me a goal scoring midfielder that can get you 7. Could Mason Mount do it? Sounds crazy. Could he do it, Mason Mount?
I don't know.
What's Mason's best season? I think Mason Mount might be able to do it, you know. I don't know. I hear the devil's advocate, though. I do hear that.
It's a tough one. This is why
I hear it.
The ideal situation is you go and get someone who can rotate with Salah and then you're laughing in it.
Yeah.
Like, and I get people who say Ben Doak and Clyde Gordon and Harvey Elliott. truth of the matter is, in the same way I didn't want to see Stefan Bajcetic playing as much as he's playing, it's a lot of pressure to put on a young kid's shoulder to debut. Plus, I need someone to come in that Salah actually fears for his position. I want to see a scared Salah.
Yeah, he needs competition. Bigger
Like, he doesn't look at Ben Doak and fear Ben Doak's going to take his position.
Agreed.
Salah at his worst this season, Ben Doak still weren't going to start ahead of Salah.
This is what I'm going to say. Big up Weena as well, because he said, these guys, I don't know if he means us, but just in general, maybe these guys are still saying Salah is best in the world. See, the thing is, Salah's not the best in the world. He's not right now, but he's still a world-class player. Obviously, you look at what Salah can offer. You got to understand something. When a team is off form, players are off form and haven't really.
I'll be willing to argue that when you finish.
I feel like when players got no confidence and the team's not doing well, anyone can look crap. But I still find it kind of mind-boggling that someone who isn't one of the best in the world can still even get you 19 goals in a crap team. Because we are a crap team. Let's be realistic. We're crap. We're actually crap for our standards. We should have. We you know what I mean? We are crap. And that's not. I remember Salah's having a bad season. What does that say about him? What does that say about him then? Is he a stats merchant? Is that what we're gonna say? Is he stat padding? Because if that's the case, what Salah been stat padding for how many years now? We're gonna start using that excuse and say that he's the thing where I'm baffled.
Look, I may be called delusional. I'm willing to die on this hill. There's a difference between not being world class and not playing in world class form. I think we can all agree Rashford at the moment is in world class form.
Agreed.
I don't think Rashford is a world class player.
Agreed.
Salah is a world class player. In my opinion, the best in the world in his position. He's just not playing form wise as that player. No one can sit here and tell me that Saka or Mahrez or any one of these lot is better than Salah. They're having better seasons, but that doesn't make them better players. So to say Salah's not the best, I don't think it's an accurate testament to what's going on. I personally think he's still the best. I just don't think he's playing in the best form right now. I think there's a big difference between the two.
Agreed. And again, I just want to say this as well. Like when you talk about being the best, to even be in that conversation, you have to have consistency. For when Salah walked into Liverpool, he's lit it up. He's lit it up every season, bar towards, was it half of last year, and still carried on into this season. So Salah's having a very bad, like, what would you say, like nearly 12 months, whatever it is, by his standards, right? But up until the last how many months, you know what I mean, from last season, back end of last year, Salah's been sensational. Like, when you deep what he's done, we take it for granted. And then when he drops off, obviously he's having a stinker. How many players are having stinkers in our team? Do you know what I'm saying? Because we can call out everybody. You get what I'm saying? And this is not me having a go win. I'm just saying this is just to our fans. Like, Salah's playing like crap, in it. Like he's playing like toilet water, hot dog water. But the whole team is, and no one's really stood out, really. Like Nunes has shown the most appetite, but then I could also look at Nunes and go, but look how many chances they both missed.
I'm glad I used a Rashford example because I knew I'd wean out the Man United.
Yeah. Someone was gonna buy it.
you guys are so easy. All right, Rashford's world class. So how many months
Seasons?
has he been? How many months has he been world class for? Because is that how it works? If you're good for 4 or 5 months, you're world class. You guys are too easy sometimes. What's the definition of world class? What's the definition of form and being a world class player?
We've always said consistency is so key, but yet man are saying Rashford is world class. What? Nah.
It makes me laugh.
Nah.
Makes me laugh.
It's crazy, man.
One word answer, Matt. Are we going to get top 4 this season?
If we win our 2 games in hand, keep saying this. I think we go 2 points. Is it 2 points behind Spurs or 3? Can you remember?
2 or 3, one of the two. When you're looking up into the sky, that's how I know it's not looking good.
I can't give you a one-word answer. I'll just give you one little phrase. If we win our 2 games in hand, No, sorry. I'll say this. If we win our next 2 Premier League games, one's against Man United, the other one's against Wolves, we will get top 4. If we only win one, we're not getting top 4. We have to win both of them. They're not even our games in hand, but I'm just saying it'd have to set us up to do something. I don't even want to talk about this rapper and the other rapper. You know the tune about do something for me. Bruv, Liverpool, can you do something for me? Please win next 2 games, get back on track, and show me something. That's what Liverpool need to do right now, bro. I get it. We all want to be negative. We all want to complain right now. We're all down in the dirt. We're playing like crap. I get that. But I can't just sit in negativity forever, man. I can't, bro. I can't. It's not me. And it's not you guys either. I'm not trying to say be some fake believer, but I'm just saying until it's over, because it's not mathematically over, we got to fight to the end, bro. We have to. We have to show the players the same support as well. Even myself, there's times when even today I've gone on about certain players I probably maybe shouldn't have. That's frustration, but we got to back the players, bro. You know, players watch things, they see things. Don't think players don't go on Twitter and whatever and look at something. They might not even respond or look at it and to see how we're just finishing them. And rightly so, criticism, but we also got to show them support as well, innit? We got to criticize, but we got to support them. We got to get behind the team, bro. If not, we're never gonna do it. We won't get top 4.
You just made that speech. I feel bad for saying this. I don't think we're getting top 4.
You just crapped all over my parade, bro.
So I tell you, I just see us picking up more injuries between now and the end of the season.
Oh, bro, really?
I'm just being honest, and I don't.
Why did we do the show today? I'm not.
I don't see Klopp changing his methods. Sorry, man.
Right, Marquez said Matt's bugging.
Yeah, sorry, bro. I don't see it happening, man.
No one believes. No one. Everybody's like, "Nah, get Matt off my screen." No, but all jokes aside, listen, you guys saw me on Saturday, innit? Like, if it wasn't for you lot, I think I just would have smashed my computer and just sent a tweet out on my phone and said, "Apologies, people, technical difficulties. I can't go live." But because I smashed the computer, that's how pissed off I was. But I get it. It's not looking good. Obviously, it's not looking good. But it's not over, man.
No, it's not over. I'm just saying I don't think we will.
If I'm being honest, I don't think so, like I said. But again, if we win 2 games, they're going to suck me back in. You know them ones there. Yeah, I'm ready to get hurt again. Nah. I'm all for...
When it comes to Liverpool, I'm always ready to be
hurt. Always ready to get hurt, bro. Don't get twisted. How many finals we lost until Klopp got it right? Kept on getting hurt all the time. Look at the goal Sturridge scored against Sevilla, and they come and bad us up when Moreno just turned into to flipping double agent. Look at we lost to Real Madrid twice, bro. Them man there, Real Madrid cooked us, and we were just like,
they're still cooking us, and they're about to cook us again in a couple of weeks' time as well.
I'm not gonna lie, they took out Salah's shoulder and said, "Yo, what you got for me, bro? I'm around." But yeah.
Right, let's hit out these super chats. Shout out to everyone who's been rocking with us. If you haven't already, guys, please do hit that like button. Please subscribe. Also, if you're new to the channel, I'm just going to go and check how many likes we're sitting on at the moment, guys. So I'm hoping
people, I want to see at least 500 likes. You know what I'm saying?
321, guys. There's over 900 of you in here. Let's get up to 700 before the stream ends, please, guys.
And subscribe as well. There's still a lot of you that watch our content and don't subscribe.
Yeah, we have the numbers.
Even if you're a rival fan, but you just want to chill out with us, man, you know what I'm saying? Catch some vibes. Liverpool aren't doing well if you're a rival. Listen, still subscribe,
man. Sean Bay says, my brother's this weekend game was like soccer aid. I don't believe what I was watching. We try so hard to lose, but they were trash too. FSG out. Oh, man.
I'm not gonna lie, it was the most boring game I think we've watched. Me and the people them. No, it's bad, Cal. It's bad.
Jade Activist says there were no highlights, Cal. Oh,
they weren't. I reckon if you go on Sky Sports, they'll probably you type in Liverpool thing highlights and they'll probably just say something that hasn't been uploaded yet or something.
Or video set to private. Jade Activist said after the free kick, Trent was done for the day. Oh boy, was the free kick early into the game?
Yeah, kind of. Do you know what? That's actually a good point. The disappointment on Trent's face when he hit Henderson, bro. He could have punched Henderson in his face, you know, because I think it was on target. With the punch man in his face, bro. Turned around in disgust. And Henderson done. Anyway, yeah, sorry, go on.
Sorry. H said Naby just asking Rey Mysterio in his fucking. Oh man!
But I swear you still see Rey Mysterio in pay per
Rey Mysterio's putting in work. He's still
putting in work though. Naby's not putting in no work now, fam. Naby's done.
Teke said Hendo's the only 8 I know who don't create or score. Yeah, unfortunately. Teke said Ali was not asked to play right back, 8 CDM right wing striker. Hayes says Trent's performance was William Knight's from
You probably
don't get this.
Is he really bad?
A couple weeks ago,
yeah,
someone called William Knight for UFC. I think he threw something like 6 shots in the whole fight.
What?
I was
6 shots?
Yeah, he was getting pieced up, man. The guy was just keeping him on the outside, just whacking his legs. I don't think he landed 1 shot in the whole fight. Oh,
that's bad, man.
Tres Fresh says in this season. Sorry, in this system, Trent is meant to be unreal. That's very true.
Yeah, it is though.
Shout out to Ghost Liverpool 12th man says, remember KD left partly also because of Green too. Is that Draymond Green?
Yeah, Draymond Green. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did because of. But that was he called him the B word. I won't say he called him the B word. Like basically, he didn't pass in the ball. They was on a break. Say they were on a count. All right, this how it works. They was like running down the court. Draymond had the ball in hands. Game's about to end. He could have threw the ball to KD and decided to try and do his own thing. KD was like clapping for the ball. Like, give him the ball. Draymond ignored him. And then they got into it on the bench. And man just called him a straight up. Like, I was like, nah, bro. You can't have that. KD had to leave. I can't lie. He had to. Can't let man talk to you like that. Yeah. Can't let man call and then.
So he was like the wild man of the team. Draymond Green was like the wild.
Draymond's still there now. See, the thing is, they've patched it out now. Obviously, like they probably will never kind of be the same. But the thing is, Draymond's very emotional. He's always been that emotional guy. Like he's always been that guy where he just says how he feels in it. He don't care who you are in it. He just says it. Does not care, bro. He respects you, but he just. Yeah. But there's times when I feel like no, you just disrespected.
Gone too far.
Yeah. Sorry, Cal, give me 1 second, yeah?
Yeah, go for it. Shout out to Bajan Barnes. Says, big up, fellas. Why not play 3 at the back and take the pressure off Trent defensively? And he can do what he is good at, creating chances, bro. I've been screaming for 3 at the back for a long time, and Klopp ain't gonna do it, I don't think. So, I don't know. Guru J says, heard we might be signing. I'm not going to say it because I'm not going to get caught out. Come on, man. I've been doing this too long to be getting caught out like this. Guru J, try harder, man. Too experienced to be getting caught out like that. But thanks for the super chat, though. Much appreciated. Snake Eyes, Callum, I'm used to you being on the left and Matt being on the right of my screen. Trent must be frustrated. He is used to precise passes, and when the others just lose the ball, I can see his frustration. That's true as well. Am I usually on the left and Matt's usually on the right? I didn't even notice. Apologies if it's messing you up. Sorry, man. But yeah, I agree. It must be frustrating when you're pulling off some world-class passes and nothing's coming from it and players aren't capitalizing. I get it. But you also can't down tool either. AM says, if Milner, Ox, or Naby resign, I'm pulling up at the AXA. Who's with me? Yeah, meet me in Lime Street, and I'll be there as well. Vince's viewpoint says, evening, lads. What we really need is to employ the scouts that found Kante in Leicester, Basuma and Matoma at Brighton, bringing good quality at cheap prices. Vince, here's the thing. I agree with you, yeah? I don't think that will make a difference, though. Because the recruitment team still got to agree to those players. I don't think there's any world we live in where our players didn't know about Basuma, So our recruitment team and our research team didn't know about Basuma, Matomo, Saicedo, and all these players, but we didn't go in for them. Enzo Fernandez, we knew about him. Knew about João Gomez, just gone to Wolves. It's whether those players would be taken up on the offer, and it doesn't look like it. Honesty says, big up Cal, big up Matt. Let's say we sell Fab and we get Jude and Thuram, some legs around Thiago. We'll see a better Thiago. Agreed, but how long will Thiago stay fit for during the season? And that's my issue. Dean says, evening, gents. Cal, you're the man. Let me start by doing the Lord's work now as a mod. I think we need 8 players. We need backups, etc. Good ones too. I think we need 8 in total, but I don't think 8 is realistic in one window. I think 8 over the course of 3 windows is realistic, but not over 1. Big up yourself, Dean. I'm back in the good books now. Nice to hear it. Adnan says, how much euros do you think Liverpool will spend this summer? 200 mil, including player sales.
How much do you think Liverpool need to spend this summer?
No, how much do you think we will spend?
Oh,
I think 200, but that will be inclusive of player sales.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 200. Yeah, I think 120, 130 on Jude, and then the rest. Do you know what? I think we're only gonna get 3 players. You know.
So do I.
1 defender, 2 midfielders. If they're of high quality, though, can't complain.
No. Eastwood says Thiago needs to come off the bench to settle and control games or play against low block teams. Now low block teams are bucking up at us. It's true.
Bro, you know what it is? You know in Lion King where like in Lion King where Scar had the hyenas and they were always scared of the lions, yeah? And then when Mufasa went, all the lions were hyping up. You see how they try to take over Pride Rock, yeah? Bro, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
We always just say, oh, the low block. Bro, teams don't play low block against us. They say, what have you got for me? My man we'll go toe-to-toe with you. We'll beat you.
Yeah, right. You're not outrunning us, so what you do?
No. You're not more techie than us either.
If we don't make top 4, it will impact Salah's bonuses. Potentially. I don't actually know the ins and outs of his contract, but potentially. I think it'll affect most of the teams.
But Salah's still got a very good base wage, though. His wage is nice. His base wage is nice.
Shombe says Coman or Gnabry. Let's shop at buying. It's got to be not Coman, Gnabry all day.
Yeah, Coman. They're both a little bit injured, but Coman. Yeah.
Abdulaziz says we were lazy planning for Mane's exit. He played 34 league games that season on average across the last 4 seasons. I don't think we planned for it. I think in our minds, we thought we could still convince him to stay, even though he kind of made it clear he wanted to go.
Yeah.
Aaron says we're too mentally fragile to get top 4 this season. Seems like it.
As things stand, we are. You're right. As things stand, we are.
I knew someone was going to ask me this question. It's just a matter of time. Raz, how would you still take Potter at Liverpool?
He looks tired, bro. Have you seen Potter's eyes?
I know.
Bro.
Honestly, yes, I still would take Potter.
Would you?
Yeah.
Do you know one thing I didn't realize I didn't like about him? It's going to sound weird. I still think he's a good coach. I just think he's at the wrong team, and I think things just aren't working. But he hasn't really got that charisma that I feel like I would want to see from my manager. Don't get me wrong, Klopp is charismatic in his own way. You don't necessarily have to laugh and cry or whatever. But, bro, you see Potter, he doesn't get high, he doesn't get low. He's just always in the middle. I don't know. It sounds weird. I want a bit more. It's just going to sound silly. We all feel connected to Klopp. We even get annoyed when he's smiling and we're losing because that's how much we care, right? I don't know. This man just seems like everything's just blowing up and he's just sitting there and he's like, things do happen sometimes at clubs. Now, sometimes they just get really bad. But we've got to improve, though. Imagine keeping one tone for everything.
No, I hear it.
I don't know. He's a good coach, but it's just not the right team.
Yeah, I don't think he's the right team.
Would you take Ten Hag?
Yeah.
That's a trick question. I was going to say don't answer that. We got them soon.
I'll be honest, I'm not looking forward to that game at all. If we could skip a week, I'd be all right with it, you know.
Do you know? I'm going to say something crazy. We might have to play Joe Gomez at right back in that one game.
We might have to go 6 at the back, bro.
So I'm not gonna lie. What's that that meme that we have about? I'm not gonna lie. We're getting cooked. Adrian, yeah, fam.
We might have to go 6 at the back, bro. We might have to go a flat back 4 with 2.
Rashford is cooking up something.
Boy, oh boy. Beretta 93. Random question. What's your guy's least favorite sport? Ooh. Gee, I don't.
There must be some. I'd say maybe. The least favorite.
It might be golf, you know.
No. Really?
Yeah, I watch. I'm not really entertained by it like that. I understand there's a skill level to it, but I'm just not really entertained.
Yeah, I used to be really big on golf, obviously in the Tiger Woods era. Listen, I'll be honest, Tiger Woods got me to golf, bro.
You got every black person into golf, didn't he?
Yeah, bro, I didn't know nothing about golf until I see Tiger Woods. I'm like, yo, maybe rugby, you know.
Rugby? Nah, I play with rugby.
Don't like rugby at all, but
I would never play it.
No, but I just don't. For me, I look at NFL, I think it's a spectacle. And again, this is my opinion. If rugby was on, I'll turn it off straight away. Just not me. But I love NFL. I love basketball. I prefer ice hockey. I prefer tennis. I prefer Formula One.
Tennis is sick.
Bruv, tennis is sick. Bruv,
tennis
who's your favorite? Who's your favorite of all time?
Oh, Roger.
Mine's Nadal, you know.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I've always been Nadal from when he first came.
Oh, then is this because he's left-handed?
Whoa. He's Spanish.
I knew it was because he was left-handed.
The
moment I said you said Nadal.
No, he was for the left-handed thing. I was like, he left Nadal, bro. Nadal, the clay master.
Yeah, but Federer mastered everything else.
No, but I think Nadal's one more.
He might have, I think, yeah.
But obviously, because of Federer, obviously retired. No, I see them two there. For me, they're the best two. You see that rivalry is the best I've ever witnessed.
Yeah, Djokovic might overtake Sampras and Agassi.
Yeah, why did you beat me to that punch, bro? Yeah. Sampras and Agassi. Sampras and Agassi.
Sampras was a beast.
Do you know what I also used to like as well, people? This is for all the old heads, yeah? Did you ever know about a man called Jim Courier, American? Jim Courier, and he used to wear the cap like me. Jim Courier, I think he had ginger hair. Hey, Jim Courier's my guy as well. You know,
Djokovic is a beast as well. Big up Andy Murray as well.
Hey, Murray, you see Djokovic, he's sick. He just annoys me because he's like an android.
He's not a likable character, is he?
Yeah, but he's a flipping android, and every time he used to play in the dark, it's causing problems.
Yeah, but who didn't he cause problems? He caused everyone problems.
Do you know what it is? He was that guy that was like, oh, what you man thought it was just a 2-man thing. But he came in and mash it up, you know.
He said, forget your rivalry.
But you just go and look at you look at the like you just look at it and go, all right, cool. You might be like, oh, Federer's through, and I'll go, oh, Nadal's through. Then you look at it, oh, he's got Djokovic. All right, cool. Djokovic 6'4", 6'2", 6'3". You're just like, for flip's sake, this guy just won't go away, bro.
Yeah,
he's sick though. Djokovic is sick.
Problem. Kay says, would you guys be willing to lose Klopp in favor of Ruben from Sporting? Portuguese coach. He's not bad football wise. I don't know anything.
Yeah, so I can't really. Speak on him personally.
Again, I know it's not a logical answer, and I'm more than happy for people to drag me through it. I don't want Klopp to go.
No, neither do I. Not yet,
I
at
just
least.
want him to
Anyway,
fix
not
his
yet.
ways. I don't want him
Not
to go.
yet. But I'll be honest though.
He's in my book of we need to have a conversation soon.
Yeah. Because he's doing a lot of hot dog water stuff. Mad.
Honesty says if we get Jude and another midfielder, we don't have a lot to spend. Why don't all Benfica go to? Why don't all
basically
go to
do what?
Benfica
Basically, I
to
think
get
he means
some
do what
talent?
Benfica do. Yeah, get some unknown
We
talent.
really need a sporting director who isn't scared of Klopp. Yes, we do need it. That's what we really need.
Yeah.
That's what we really need. Oh, what I'd give for Michael Edwards' comeback, man.
Bro, Michael Edwards was the guy, bro.
I can't read this out, man. Trying to set me up for failure, bro.
Nah, that is wild.
I can't read that out, H. I'm sorry,
that
bro.
That is wild.
I can't. Guy Fawkes says cricket. How can a match last 5 days? It's facts. Yeah, I can't do. No, I can do 2020 cricket. I can't do the test cricket. I can't do test cricket.
I'll be honest. The only time I used to watch cricket was Lara, Curtly Ambrose, Shane Ambrose, them man there. Bro, you see the West Indies back in the day with Lara and them, man. That's when I used to watch it. And I kind of got a little bit invested in it. I can't lie to you.
Yeah.
But I used to remember all the. I'll be honest, I used to know the English cricket. I used to remember the English cricket team.
And them, man.
Yeah, but even before them, man, there. I used to remember the names. I can't remember them now. It's crazy.
Yeah. Eddie says, "Hi, Callum. I just wanted to say it's my birthday today, and you guys making it feel so much better, even though we like a Ouija board. Big up yourself, Eddie. This is for you. Hope you have a fantastic birthday.
Big up."
Hate says, I'd rather take a honey syrup. Oh, no, let me read this out before I read it out loud. Hate you trying to get me shut down. I'd rather take. I can't read that one out. Hate, you know I can't read this out, man. You know I can't read this out.
No, Hate is killing it today. I can't even lie.
You're trying to get me cancelled, bro. What you do? You know I can't read that out, man.
That's it. Michael Atherton days. Yes, Michael Atherton was one of the guys. Yeah, back in the days. Cricket, you know. Boy. Mad.
All right. This brings us towards the end. What have we got lined up for the week, bro? We've got a Wolves preview coming out.
So we got the Wolves preview. We got people will just be doing a reaction on Wednesday because the game's not live, unfortunately. So we do apologize.
Hello. No. No, you guys can't get to sit and watch us live while we get, really annoyed with Liverpool. Oh, diddums.
And then obviously Thursday, if me and Cal are still about, we'll do Brent Butler show. And if we're still about, we'll do Friday Night Coolie show. And then Saturday, we will be a day off, and then Sunday
night preview probably on the Thursday or
Friday.
Yeah.
And then because United's on Sunday, what time's United game Sunday? Is it 4 o'clock?
4:30, bro. I know. I'm gonna eat my dinner before that game.
Yeah. 100.
Oh boy. Honesty says Fab is our Baron Corbin from a semi-main event to a jobber. PS. It's the Jake Paul Juju. He becomes a Liverpool fan and we go downhill. Seems like it. He doesn't know anything about Liverpool. He just knows about Salah and getting clout, man.
For real.
Big up Tommy Fury anyway.
Yeah, big up Tommy Fury, man.
Did what he had to do.
He did indeed.
All right, Matt, anything you want to say to the people before we take them out?
Last time you asked me this, I said all we need is a win. I'm just gonna say, just do something for me, innit? Liverpool, just do something for me, please, bro. But just do something for me. Do something for us, bro. Pause. You know that pause.
Trust me,
Let's
guys.
get us-
We're only sitting on 400 odd likes, guys. 700 likes minimum. If you're watching this on replay, let's get up to 1,000 likes as well, please, people.
Indeed.
I think we've earned that tonight. We've had a good conversation, plenty of back and forths, agreements, disagreements, but it's always remained fantastic with you guys in the comments. So much love to you all for always rocking with us and supporting. And yeah, tomorrow you'll see us again, people. So less than 24 hours from now. Until then, stay safe, stay blessed. Thanks for watching. We are Team Kopish, and we're out, people. Take care.